All right, y'all. Let's talk about something the NBA community has been the NBA community has been talking about for as long as since it started, and that's down in Philadelphia, and this Ben Simmons situation, which no one, I think, really understands what's happening here, because I guess neither side is talking to each other, so there's not much to report on per se. There's been he wants to go to Golden State, and obviously, Daryl Morey is asking for Jason Tatum in exchange for him, or 4 first-round picks from San Antonio. And he's it's dude, you just got to go to Trade Finder, my guy. You can't be proposing trades, because all you're going to get back is that message that's you're asking for a valuable asset, and we are not getting enough in return. You're going to hear that from all 29 other teams, pretty much, if you're asking for 4 firsts and or an all-star caliber or a superstar caliber player. It's not going to happen. So now we've hit this stalemate where, they're not talking to each other. And there was a report that the Sixers were all right, fine, maybe if we can't get that, then we'll just stick with them and we'll have to try and figure it out. But Ben Simmons seems to be too far gone. Him and his Clutch Sports agency or whatever. That makes it sound like he owns an agency. His representative and him are not speaking. So that's where we're at. And obviously things can change quickly if Daryl Morey lowers the asking price. I would think there has to be some interest in Ben Simmons. It's just that, just the difference between his trade value at the trade deadline last year versus right now is just massive. We were talking about a guy who some people had as their defensive player of the year. He was guarding 1 through 5. He was guarding the other team's best player every day, just day to day, back-to-back games, always on, whoever it was. And we're wow, Ben Simmons is just a unique talent. He holds incredible. Turning yet? Oh, he holds incredible. I'm just gonna hold it. That was closer than you're used to. All 3 of you, which may or may not just me watching the videos again to make sure they look good on YouTube. I got one more turn. I'm not gonna put it down yet. Listen, what was I saying? Oh, Ben Simmons holds incredible defensive value, and everyone saw that. Huge asset. And, obviously the Sixers kept him at that point, and it's kind of once you have trade value, it's well, no, you're a valuable player. We want you on your team. And then as soon as you get worse, then we're oh, we got to trade this guy. But then at that point, no one wants you. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're at. And I share a lot of the same concerns as a lot of people that have spoken about this topic. Obviously, the shot, the lack of shooting. He took 11 shots in the fourth quarter over the course of 10 games. I don't know what the numbers are. The point is, the guy had no confidence in clutch time, in crunch time. He can't shoot outside of the paint, more or less. And obviously that's a concern. Now I still hold out on, being able to teach him how to shoot. When you think about some of the guys, like Brook Lopez shoots a lot now from 3. And at the beginning of his career, he was not shooting. If you took a time machine back 10 years ago and told someone, yeah, Brook Lopez is going to be shooting 10 threes a game, what the hell has basketball become, first of all? And not only that, on a championship team now, we can't forget that. So I would think Ben Simmons, maybe Brook Lopez put in the work. He took fucking 1,000 shots a day from 3. Maybe Ben Simmons doesn't kind of have that drive. It's kind of hard to tell how he is as a competitor. So that's a valid concern. Also, the free throws, it's hard to play. Even if he's a great defender, it's hard to play him in crunch time. I understand that. I hold out hope on the shooting. The confidence, I think that just has to be, And listen, maybe he's not confident because the Sixers aren't confident in him. It's kind of like this weird thing where it's like, fuck. You start panicking. It's like, Bill Burr has that bit where he talks about his dog, like, picks up on his vibe. So if, like, he's chilling, the dog's chilling. If he's angry, the dog's angry. I think there's a similar relationship with a franchise and a franchise player where it's like, if you don't trust me, then I can't trust myself. I don't trust you. There's been these trade rumors since the James Harden trade, and I think that has to affect you psychologically, knowing that, and obviously, to some degree, Ben Simmons has to know that, like, he's not James Harden. Like, that was a valid trade possibility. But at the same time, it's hard to play for a team and play your heart out for a team that offered you up, mid-season. Which, realistically, the Rockets should have taken that trade. But that's a whole other thing. And I think it's, I've never heard just so much hate toward, I don't think Ben Simmons, there's nothing about his personality that, he's not like a hateable guy necessarily. It's just the fact that he's so weak in one spot makes, and I guess because some people really like him too, that makes people, I don't know, he's very controversial. And it's weird because we don't give the same crap to, like, Draymond Green. He's like Team USA. He scored 0 points in their gold medal game. And, like, we celebrate him as, a very important piece on some championships, which he was. But, the difference between Ben Simmons and Draymond Green, I don't think, maybe Draymond Green obviously has the leadership skills. He's very vocal. And when you think about it, like, Steph Curry is kind of like, his ability to shoot is the same as Ben Simmons' ability defensively. And Steph Curry, to some degree, is kind of a defensive liability, like Ben Simmons is an offensive liability. But we don't give Steph Curry any shit when he, can't defend anybody and ends up, guarding, like, Wayne Ellington every night and isn't really a great two-way player. And yet, Steph Curry just signed a $200 million extension, and I think maybe that's indicative of just the way the league is now. It's all about offense. You see the teams like the Bulls are just selling out for offense. They don't care if they can't defend anybody, I guess, or it's just all on Patrick Williams. And I think, actually, speaking of the Bulls, I think they could be Sorry, I lost you. We have to edit that together, which sucks because it's not the point of this is not to edit. But speaking of the Bulls, I think they actually, I thought before they signed DeRozan, they could be an interesting trade destination for Ben Simmons, given that they had, that Thaddeus Young, Aminu, like that expiring, and then you throw in, Kobe White could have been an interesting addition to the Sixers, give him, like, the shot maker at point guard, because obviously Ben Simmons can't do that. And I still think, there's been talk about, like, a Zach LaVine 1-for-1. I don't know. I really don't understand the Bulls taking DeRozan. I get if they want to move on from LaVine, but it's like, dude, just pay LaVine. Like, he's proven that he's, like, the guy. And DeRozan doesn't have the same kind of, like, firepower that LaVine does. Like, it's like, just pay him. Or someone else is going to, and you're going to lose him. And DeRozan's not exactly, like, going to fit the same thing as LaVine is. I think, Chicago's an interesting concept for Ben Simmons. Sacramento, I don't understand why they keep getting kind of thrown in there, but, like, De'Aaron Fox is kind of sick, and I don't know why you'd want to trade him. You got Halliburton. I don't know why they drafted. I like the Davion Mitchell kid, but, like, I guess we're getting to the point where I start calling them kids, like they're like 3 years younger than me. Guy, I think he's a good guy, like, good player. I don't know that. So now I have 3 point guards, which, Sacramento's doing Sacramento things. And maybe it's a Sacramento thing to trade for Ben Simmons. I have no idea. Other than that, I mean, his contract's so big and money's so tight right now that, because the salary cap stayed the same, the revenue, I guess, wasn't didn't push it up because of the COVID and all that. So I think I think Ben Simmons has to get moved at some point. It's just, like, that asking price is going to have to come down. I think that's really all there is, because I don't think he's going to play for Philly. So they're going to have to move him. But, like, they don't have any leverage. Like, no one, like, people know he's gone, so no one's going to offer up, a huge deal. And obviously no one loves him because, they would have given the 4 firsts. And he's not worth 4 firsts, let's be clear. I mean, when you have the precedent of trading 4 first rounders, like, we're talking James Harden, Paul George, like, Ben Simmons is not going to get you 4 firsts. And I'm just telling you that, something you already know, but it's a little ridiculous. So, in conclusion, after just another horrific phone day, Ben Simmons will end up... Listen, I think he'd fit in Boston. I don't know what that trade looks like, because I don't know, what does Philly need, really? Is a shooting point guard? Where are you going to get that? We can do, like, Jamal Murray. Maybe you do Jamal Murray. I don't know. He's coming off injury. So, like, I've been hitting the ESPN trade machine. They still haven't updated all their stuff with all these signings and sign-in trades and all that. So, I'm firing that thing up. I'm looking at Ben Simmons, trying to find a home for the guy. I imagine Daryl Morey is as well. Or maybe, alternatively, could they convince him to stay? Probably not. I don't think it's happening. I mean, his whole career, it's been Embiid and Simmons don't work together. So it's like, well, dude, just fucking... why did you sign me long-term then, Like, it doesn't work. And Daryl Morey said, oh, we'll give it a shot. And now it's like, it's still not working, my man. So, like Minnesota... Could you, does anyone want D'Angelo Russell? Like, who knows what that guy's about anymore? I don't know, man. It's like one of the toughest situations I think I've seen in my lifetime in terms of just like a holdout. I mean, James Harden was pretty bad too, but like he's obviously at another level than Ben Simmons. So I don't know. We're gonna stay tuned, man. This is gonna be a saga. Let's be real, because with all the other guys like Dame and Beal, they keep saying, "Oh, I want to stay. I want to stay. I want to stay." This is our only guy that's like, "Dude, I got to get out of here," and you can't really blame him. So we're going to see what happens. Sorry about the phone going down all the time. This is really sloppy, let's be honest. It's not supposed to be, high levels of tech and, high production value. But we'll try and be better next time. Take care of yourselves. Take it easy. See you next time.